Hello everyone, hope all of you are safe and healthy. Welcome to IASbaba's Rapid Revision Series for Prelims 2021. This is session 46 and day 64. And the topics we have are Indian history, religion and culture. Friends, we have too much to discuss. You need not take down the notes, but listen to the video 2 to 3 times. Now, coming to the hot topics we are going to discuss, that is the Sikhism, Christianity, then Zoroastrianism, Judaism, Sena Religion and Baha'i faith. Friends, Hinduism and Islam we have covered in the Bhakti and Sufi movement chapters, and now the others are being covered. Then Vedic Chanting and Lila, then Kuti Atom and Ramzan, then Muriatu and Kalbelia Dance, Chow Dance and Buddhist chanting of Ladakh. So these are the intangible heritages of India, and some others will be taken up in the next class. Now coming to the first topic, Sikhism. Friends, we know that Guru Nanak, he founded the Sikhism, and there are 10 more gurus who have their own achievements in the saga of Sikhism, and they are Guru Arjan Dev after Guru Nanak, then Guru Amar Das, and then Guru Ram Das, and then Guru Arjan Dev. Friends, Guru Arjan Dev was assassinated, or he was killed by Jahangir, we know that. And then came Guru Har Gobind Sahib, and then Guru Har Rai Sahib, and then Guru Har Kishan Sahib, and Guru Tegh Bahadur, and Guru Gobind Singh. So these are the 10 gurus, and there are further gurus, but however some sects of Sikhism, they won't follow other gurus, they follow only these 10. Now coming to more facts related to Sikhism, that is Guru Nanak established a center at Kartarpur named Dera Baba Nanak on river Ravi. So this was the center, and its name was Dera Baba Nanak, and it was on river Ravi. And this sacred space was known as Dharmasal, and it is now known as Gurudwar. So Gurudwara tradition, it was started way back from Guru Nanak himself. Then before his death, Guru appointed Lehna, also known as Guru Angad, as his successor. So after Nanak, Angad became the successor, and then Guru Angad compiled the composition of Guru Nanak known as Gurmukhi. So Gurmukhi script of Guru Granth, it originates from Guru Angad. Then the 3 successors of Guru Angad also wrote under the name Nanak. So the 3 successors, that is Amar Das, Ram Das and Arjan Dev, they wrote in the name of Nanak in Guru Granth. Then all their compositions were compiled by Guru Arjan. So he was the 5th Guru, and he was executed by Jahangir in 1604. Then come to more facts regarding Sikhism. The compilation was added with the writings of other figures like Sheikh Farid or Baba Farid, then Sant Kabir and Bhagat Namdev or Sant Namdev and Guru Tegh Bahadur. Then in 1706, this compilation was authenticated by Guru Gobind Singh, and it is now known as Guru Granth Sahib. So this Guru Granth, the name was given by Guru Gobind Singh, but it is an achievement of last 6 to 7 gurus which compiled to form the Guru Granth. Then by beginning of the 17th century, the town of Ramdaspur or Amritsar of today had developed around Harmandir Sahib, the golden temple. So now this Amritsar and Harmandir Sahib and the Ramdaspur, these are the hot spots of Sikh religion. Then the Sikh movement got politicized in the institution of Khalsa by Guru Gobind Singh in 1699, and this entity is called as Khalsa Panth. And now the Khalsa Panth and the Sikh gurus are no more priests, they are rulers or they are politicians as well. Then Guru Nanak's idea of equality had social and political implications. So this social equality and political equality were the aims of Guru Nanak. Then his ideas of liberation was not that of a state of inert bliss, but rather the pursuit of active life with a strong sense of social commitment. So as per Guru Nanak, you don't get moksha if you perform meditation or other metaphysical things. Rather you will get it when you perform the community service and help hungry, poor and needy. So this is all about Sikhism. Then coming to next topic, Christianity. Friends, we know that Christianism was born from the birth of Jesus Christ, but that is not so important. But Christianity in India will become more important. That is, Christianism in India was arrived in South India with the arrival of Saint Thomas at Malabar coast in 52 AD. So way back in 52 AD, Saint Thomas, he stepped on to Indian mainland, and after that Christianism took birth in India. Then Christian missionary activity started with the advent of Saint Francis Xavier in 1544 AD. So missionaries was brought in by this Saint Francis Xavier. So the Saint Francis Xavier Church of Goa is famous even today. And then throughout the 18th and 19th century, the Catholic as well as Protestant missionaries preached Christian doctrines in India. So we have missionaries, then educational institutions, then other charitable institutes. So all are the products of Christian missionaries. Then the Syrian Church of South India. So it was introduced in India by Saint Thomas in 52 AD. So Saint Thomas, he was instrumental in establishment of Syrian church in Malabar coast. Then the Malabar church renounced the authority of Pope and asserted its independence in 1653 AD. And this is known in the history as Coonan Cross Declaration. So after this Coonan Cross Declaration, this church is no more an affiliation of the Pope and it is an independent. Then Christian communities then split into many groups. So after this Coonan Cross Declaration, there were disputes among Indian Christians, and now Christianism in India was split into East Syrian Catholics, West Syrian Catholics, then Syrian Orthodoxes, Jacobite Syrian Orthodox, then Marthoma, then Church of East and Latin Church. So these are various sects and they are mainly concentrated in South India, Kerala and Tamil Nadu. Then come to next, the Roman Catholic Church of Goa. It all began with the advent of Francis Xavier. So he gave birth to this Goan church, and then in 1557 AD, Pope Paul IV declared Goa an archdiocese within its supremacy, extending from Cape of Good Hope at the southern tip of Africa to China. So from Africa to China, almost all the Christian community, they were coming under this Roman Catholic Church. After this Goan church, it declared itself as an archdiocese. So friends, basically all these priests and churches in the beginning, they owed their allegiance to the Pope, but however later they declared independence. Just like how many rulers in India, they declared their independence from the main ruler, the same way it happened. Then the Protestant missions. The first Protestant missionaries, the German Lutherans, came to India in 1706 AD at Trancobar near Tiruchirappalli. So in Kerala, once again the Protestant movement also began. Then under the protection of the King Denmark, so the kings of Denmark, they gave protection to these Protestant missionaries. Then the North Indian churches. William Carey arrived in India in 1793 AD, and Carey's pioneering work in Bible translation, primary education, journalism and other charitable institutes had a profound influence in Bengal and other parts of India. So this William Carey team, this had a profound influence on Northeast India as well. And then numerous other missionaries began visiting India after passing of Chartered Acts by British Parliament in 1813 and 1833 AD. So 1813 and 1833 Chartered Act, they gave full permission for the Christian missionaries to establish their institutes in India. Then after independence, several northeast states were acquired by these Christian missionaries, and several northeastern tribes, they got converted into Christianism in that era, that is in 1950s to 80s. So this is all about Christianity in India. Then come to next, Zoroastrianism. Friends, Zoroastrianism is based on teachings of Iranian speaking prophet, the Zoroaster or the Zarathustra. Then Zoroastrianism as a dualistic cosmology of good and evil. So there are good things and evil things in the society, and it predicts that the ultimate conquest of evil by good. So ultimately the evil will be persecuted and subjugated by the good. So that is what the belief of Zoroastrians. Then Zoroastrianism exalts an uncreated and benevolent deity of wisdom, Ahura Mazda or wise lord, as its supreme being. So this religion, it believes that Lord of Wisdom as their supreme lord. Then the unique historical features of Zoroastrianism are the monotheism, that is only one God, then messianism, that is there will be one or two messiahs who preach the religion and they are the sons of God. Then judgment after the death. So after everyone's death, there will be positives and negative things, and judgment will be given on the basis of those deeds, and on that basis our next life will depend. Then heaven and hell, whether we go to heaven or whether we go to hell, that will be decided by the judgment after the death. Then friends, Zoroastrianism started way back 5000 years ago or somewhere around 3000 BC, and as this originated long back, the very postulates of Zoroastrianism is the nature worship, worship of wisdom and other things. And moreover, Zoroastrians, they don't bury or burn the dead bodies. Rather, they place the dead bodies in the towers of silence and they allow the eagles to eat those dead bodies. So this is the towers of silence, and here are the dead bodies that are being placed. And then, as we discussed earlier, Zoroastrians, they worship nature a lot, and they also worship fire god along with the wisdom god Ahura Mazda. Then come to more about Zoroastrianism. Zoroastrianism came to India in a successive migration in the Islamic period. So in the Islamic period, Zoroastrians were persecuted in the Middle East, and after that they migrated. Zoroastrians fled first to North Iran and then to island of Hormuz and finally to India. So basically they were originated in Iran, but later they spread in Arabian and Egyptian nations. But due to persecution, they once again migrated to northern Iran, and then to Hormuz Island and then to India. Then historians rely exclusively on Qissa-e-Sanjan written in 1599 by a Parsi priest and Qissa-e Zoroastrian-e-Hindustan written more than 200 years later. And this Qissa-e-Zoroastrian-e-Hindustan, it will provide a detailed account on the migration of Zoroastrians to India. Then as per the book, the Raja of Sanjan of Gujarat, he gave shelter to the Zoroastrian immigrants. Then during this period, Zoroastrian traders faced execution outside India, including in China, where many were killed during the Guangzhou massacre. So this Guangzhou massacre is famous for persecution of Zoroastrians, but however India gave shelter to them. Then the immigration of Zoroastrians to India continued, and by 1477 they had lost all contacts with Persia. So after migrating to India, they lost all contacts with Persia, and now they are Indians and Indians alone. And friends, Zoroastrians, they worship in fire temples, and these are some of the temples where Zoroastrian worships. That is the Bharat caves. It is located in Dahanu in Maharashtra, and this Bharat is the only cave temple for Zoroastrians. And then Benaji Limji Agiari, this is the oldest temple of Zoroastrians. Then Iransha Atash Behram, or the Atash Behram, it is in Udwada, Gujarat, and this means the victorious fire, and this is also the oldest fire temple in India. Then Menakji Seth Agiari in Mumbai. So this is the second oldest Zoroastrian temple after Bhimaji Limji Agiari. Then Parsi fire temple of Sikandrabad and Rayapuram fire temple of Chennai. So these are the new ones that are being constructed. So these are some of the places of worship of Zoroastrians, and these are some of the facts regarding Zoroastrianism. Then come to next, Judaism. Friends, before studying Judaism, we study about the relation between Judaism, Islam and then Christianity. Friends, way back in 3000 BC, we know that Zoroastrianism was started, and that was basically oriented towards nature worship. But however, in 1700 BC, this Judaism was started, and this stated that there is no Messiah till now who have come to earth to preach the religion or to preach the message of God. And even today they believe that there are no messiahs. But however, in the 1st century CE, the Jesus Christ was born, and some of the sects of Jews, they started thinking that this Jesus Christ is the Messiah, and now the deviation started. So these people who believed in Jesus Christ, they became Christians. But however, there are some people who belong to the Jewish sect. But however, Prophet Muhammad came and he preached different philosophies, and then the followers of Prophet Muhammad, they started treating that the Abraham, who is the originator of Judaism, is not Abraham, is Ibrahim. And then the Islamic religion started from Ibrahim, Prophet Muhammad and the lineage. So that is how the Judaism, then Islam and Christianity, they have the same roots. So that is why friends, even today the Temple of Jerusalem is a point of controversy between Christians and Jews. And now coming to Judaism. So Judaism, here people believe that there is only one God who has established a special agreement with them. That is, there is only one God, and he has established an agreement with all his children. Then most Jews believe that their Messiah hasn't yet come, but will come one day. Yes, we have discussed this. And Jewish people worship in holy places known as synagogues, and their spiritual leaders are called rabbis. So this is very similar to churches, but in synagogues there will not be crisscross. Then these rabbis, they are similar to fathers. Then the six-pointed star of David is the symbol of Judaism. So this is the symbol of Judaism, the six-pointed star. Then the Jewish sacred text is called the Tanakh or the Hebrew Bible. Friends, in the Jewish sacred text Tanakh, the Old Testament is dominant. Friends, we know that in Christian we have two testaments in Bible, that is the Old Testament and New Testament. This New Testament, it speaks all about Jesus Christ, and this Old Testament, it speaks about the common laws of nature. And this Old Testament is common for Jews and Christians, but New Testament is only for the Christians. So this is how the deviation occurs. Then coming to origin of Jews, God first revealed himself to a Hebrew man named Abraham, who became known as the founder of Judaism. So from this person, the Islam takes the deviation, that is Ibrahim. Then Abraham's son Isaac and his grandson Jacob also became central figures in ancient Jewish history. So Abraham's son and grandson, they also became important. Then the Jacob, this man, he took the name Israel, and his children and future generations became known as Israelites. So now Israel, why it is called the home of Jews? Because of this person Israel. Then this person Jacob, he had 10 children, and these 10 children, they gave birth to 10 different sects or tribes of Jewish. And even today, several Indian Jews, they owe their origin to these 10 tribes, and they owe to one of these 10 tribes. Then come to more facts. Judaism in India. Friends, Cochin Jews, they arrived in India along with the Hebrew king Solomon's merchants. So Hebrew king Solomon, he was the Israel's third king, and under his protection, these Cochin Jews arrived in Cochin. Then they were traders in Kerala. Then Chennai Jews, they are called Spanish Jews, Portuguese Jews, Paradesi Jews, and even British Jews. They arrived at Madras during 16th century, and they were basically the diamond business people. The Nagarkoil Jews, the so-called Syrian Jews or the Mustarabi Jews, were Arab Jews and who arrived in 52 AD along with Saint Thomas. So they came along with a Christian saint. Then the Jews of Goa, these were from Spain and Portugal who fled to Goa after commencement of Inquisition in those countries. Friends, we know that in Portuguese, these Christians, they started forcefully converting Jews into Christianity. So after that Inquisition took place in Portuguese, they fled to Goa. Friends, we know that at that times, Goa was under the hands of Portuguese themselves. But when they came to Goa, they were also persecuted in Goa as well, and they were the primary targets of Goa Inquisition. And then as a result of this, these people, they migrated from Goa to other parts of India. So they remained in India, but they didn't go to Goa. So here we can see some of the pictures of Inquisition in Goa and Portuguese. That is, the people are tied and the Christian Bible are being forcefully read to them. Then come to more facts regarding the Jews of India. The Bene Israeli community resided in Karachi until partition of India in 1947. Later they fled to India, and particularly they are settled in Mumbai. So these Mumbai Jews, they are called Bene Israelis. Then Baghdadi Jews arrived in the city of Surat from Iraq, Iran and Afghanistan about 250 years ago. So they came long back and they are called Baghdadi Jews. Then the Bene Menashe Jews, meaning the sons of Manasseh in Hebrew, these are Mizo and Kuki tribesmen in Manipur and Mizoram who are recent converts to the modern form of Judaism, but they claim their ancestry to the sons of Joseph. So these people, they claim to be the descendants of those one of the 10 tribes or the sons of Jacob. Then similarly, the small Telugu speaking group, the Bene Ephraim, meaning the sons of Ephraim in Hebrew, also claim ancestry from Ephraim, one of the sons of Joseph. So even they owe their origin to the sons of Jacob. So this is a small account on Judaism. So here we can see the synagogue. Here it is very similar to church, but here there is no crisscross. Then come to the next topic, Sena Religion. Friends, why was it in news? Because Jharkhand government convened a special assembly session to pass a resolution to recognize Sena Religion and include it as a separate code in census of 2021. So that is why Sena Religion takes importance. And now Sarna are sacred groves in Chota Nagpur Plateau. So in the Jharkhand, Bihar, West Bengal region, this Sarna religion is prominent. Then Sarna means groove and it is related to the name of sal tree. So Sarna takes its origin from the sal tree, and followers of this religion primarily belong to Baiga, Ho, Kuruk, Munda and Santal. So these are basically the tribesmen and their practices are to be recognized as Sarna religion. So that is what the voice that is being heard. Then come to next. According to local belief, a Gram Dyoti or Gram Devata or village deity resides in Sarna, where sacrifice is offered twice a year. So Gram Devati, she resides in Sarna. So here Sarna is also the name of temple or the residence of God. Then adherents also worship and revere Dharti Ayo or Chalapacho Devi, the mother goddess or the goddess of earth or nature. So these are the worshippers of nature and mother earth. Then the village priests are called Pahan, and these priests, they preach the religion and also they conduct the religious rituals. Then the chief assistant of the village priest is called Naike. And then the main festival of Sarnaism is Sarhul, a festival in which devotees worship their ancestors. Then they offer sakua flowers and leaves to the gods. So basically friends, these are the tribal people and they want their religion and practices to be recognized as a separate code. Now come to next, the Baha'i faith. Friends, the key points are the faith is based on three core principles or doctrine on the basis of Baha'i teachings, that is the unity of God, there is only one God, there is unity of religion, only one religion and only one humanity. And then it was founded by Baha'u'llah of Persia, who was exiled by Ottoman Empire for his teachings. So basically we can say that Baha'i faith, it took birth in Turkey. Then the Baha New Year corresponds to the traditional Persian New Year, called the Nowruz and occurs on the vernal equinox 21st March at the end of the month of fasting. So the Nowruz of Persians and the new year of Baha'i faith, they coincide. Then the symbols of the religion are derived from Arabic word Baha, which means splendor or glory, with a numerical value of 9. So 9 means glory as per the Arabic faith. That is why the most common symbol is the 9-pointed star. So 9-pointed star is the symbol of Baha'i faith. Then it emphasizes on betterment of society through individual and social transformation. So you should not only transform individually, you should also strive for transforming the community in order to attain moksha. Then the belief describes a single inaccessible almighty God who is the creator of all things in the universe. So only one God who has created all this universe. This is the belief of Baha'i faith. Then drinking alcohol or taking drugs or gambling and fanaticism are all forbidden in Baha'i faith. Then prayer in the faith lies between obligatory prayer and devotional prayer. So you can have an obligatory prayer and also a voluntary prayer as well. So these obligatory prayers are very strict, but these general prayers are liberal. Then adherence to ritual is discouraged, with the notable exceptions for obligatory prayers. So you need not adhere to rituals every time you go for prayer. So that flexibility is given by this Baha'i faith. So this is all about the Baha'i faith. Then come to next, the Vedic chanting and Ram Lila. First one, Vedas. Friends, Vedic chanting is the same Vedas which we chant. So these are referred to as books of knowledge, and we have 4 Vedas, namely Rig Veda, Samveda, Yajurveda and Atharva Veda. Now the Rig Veda is an anthology of sacred hymns. So this book contains slokas. Then Samaveda, it features musical arrangements of hymns. So how this has to be sung, how Rig Veda has to be sung, that is contained in Samaveda. Then Yajurveda abounds in prayers and sacrificial formulae. So how these yagas and yagnas have to be conducted, that is being provided in Yajurveda. Then Atharva Veda, it includes incantations and spells. So boons, curses, then black magics, all these are present in Atharva Veda. And then as of now, only 13 of over 1000 Vedic recitations have been survived. So others have been lost. Then 4 noted schools, that is the Maharashtra school, Kerala and Karnataka school, then Orissa school, are considered under imminent threat. So these are being under threat and there is a need to conserve them. So this is all about the Vedic chanting, and this is one of the intangible heritage site of India in UNESCO. Then come to next, Ram Lila. Ram Lila literally means the Rama's play, and it is a performance of Ramayana ethic. Then it is a series of scenes that include song, narration, recital and dialogue, and nowadays even dance is also included. So almost all song, dance, narration, everything is included in Ram Lila. Then it is performed across North India during the festivals of Dasera. So this Mahanavami and Dasera is the time when this Ram Lila is being performed. Then some of the Gharanas or the variants of Ram Lila are Ayodhya, Ramnagar and Benaras, Vrindavan, Almora, Satna and Madhubani. So various hotspots in North India, they have separate variations of this Ram Lila, and there are some differences between these variations. Then this staging of Ramayana is based on Ramacharita Manasa. So this Ram Lila is based on Tulsi Dasa's Ramacharita Manasa. Then audience is invited to sing and take part in the narration. So it is not only the actors and actresses, even audience can take part in the play. Then the Ram Lila brings the whole population together without distinction of caste, religion or age. So anyone irrespective of class, creed, religion and place of birth, they can take part in this Ram Lila. Then come to next one, the Kuti Atom and Ramman. Friends, Kuti Atom, it is a Sanskrit theatre. So this fact is worth remembering. Then it is practiced in province of Kerala, and it originated more than 2000 years ago. So in some 100 or 50 BC it might have originated. Then it represents a synthesis of Sanskrit classicism and local tradition. So it is a mixture of Sanskrit classic language and local tradition narration. Then in this, Netra Abhinaya and Hasta Abhinaya are important. So Netra Abhinaya means eye expression and Hasta Abhinaya is language of gestures. That is the language that you show via hand gestures. Then it involves sophisticated breathing control and subtle musical shifts of the face and body. So not only the eye and hand movements, it also consists of body and facial movements. Then the actor's art lies in elaborating a situation or episode in all its detail. So here every single skit is elaborated. So that is why a small scene in Ramayana is being elaborated to 30 to 40 days in this Kuti Atom. Then Kuti Atom is traditionally performed in the theatres called Kuttam Palams, which are located in Hindu temples. So Hindu temples are the hotspots for this Kuti Atom. Then actor's role retains a sacred dimension. So not everyone are allowed to perform in this Kuti Atom, unlike in Lila, wherein audience are also allowed. Then the placing of an oil lamp on stage during the performance symbolizes divine presence. So it shows that not everyone can take part, and it has a divine significance to act in Kuti Atom. Then the male actors hand down to their trainees the detailed performance manuals, which is a secret property of selected families. So these actors, before going, they pass on their performance manuals to their disciples or the trainees, and this is being maintained secretly. So in other words, not all the families, not all the class, not all the creeds can act in Kuti Atom. So this is how the Kuti Atom is done. Then come to next, Ramman. Friends, every year in late April, the twin villages of Salur and Dungra in the state of Uttarakhand are marked by Ramman. So this is in Uttarakhand and it is in Salur Dungra village, and it is a religious festival in the honor of god Bhumiyal Devata, a local divinity. So basically this is the goddess of earth, Bhumi. Then this involves the recitation of a version of the epic of Rama and various legends, and performance of songs and masked dances. So here it has the epics of Ramayana, then it has the performance of songs and dances. Then each sections of society have different roles to play. So these Brahmins, they can play the roles of Narada and others, and then the Kshatriyas, they can play the roles of warriors. So likewise, friends, even though different roles are being assigned to different castes, but the thing is that almost all the people of different castes are being involved in this Ramman. Then it combines theatre, music, historical reconstructions, and traditional oral and written tales. So almost all the narrations and tales are being included in Ramman. Then it reflects the environmental, spiritual, the cultural concept of the community. So not only the spiritual but also environmental aspects are being included. So this is all about Ramman. Then come to next, Muriatu and Kalbelia. First one, Muriatu. It is a ritual dance drama from Kerala. So it is not only a drama, dance is also included in that. Then it is based on tale of battle between Kali and demon Darika. So in Muriatu, only the single skit, that is the war between Kali and Darika, is being played. Then it is a community ritual in which the entire village participates after summer crops have been harvested. So unlike Kuti Atom, here everybody can participate. Then a huge image of goddess Kali called Kalam is drawn on the temple floor before the play. Then Muriatu is performed annually in Bhagavati Kuvus, the temples of the goddesses Kali. Then the mutual cooperation and collective participation of each caste in the ritual instills and strengthens the community identity and mutual bonding. Friends, basically the difference between Kuti Atom and Muriatu is that Kuti Atom is a Sanskrit play and drama, but Muriatu is based on local language. So this is the culture of lower caste people and this is the culture of higher caste people. So that is why goddess Kali, then other forms of goddess Kali, these are the gods of lower caste people. But however, Rama, Vishnu and Shiva, these are treated as the gods of higher caste people. So that is how the stratification of Hinduism was done in ancient times, and on the basis of those other cultures and traditions they were developed. So I hope you got the difference. Then coming to next, Kalbelia Dance. Friends, these songs and dances are an expression of Kalbelia community's traditional way of life. So these Kalbelia communities, they express their way of life via this Kalbelia dance. Then once professional snake handlers, Kalbelia today evoke their former occupation in music and dance. So they express their occupation, that is the snake charming occupation, via this music. So basically Kalbelia dance is the depiction of this snake charming. So here woman in the flowing black skirt dances and swirls, replicating the movement of a serpent. And then men accompany them on the kanjari, the percussion instrument, and pungi, a woodwind instrument. So this kanjari and pungi, these are the instruments to charm the snakes. So that is how these male people they enact the charming, and these female people they enact the serpent. And then the dancers wear traditional tattoo designs, jewelry and garments richly embroidered with small mirrors and silver threads. So this dress, it basically depicts the skin color of the snake. So that is how the dresses are being made. And then the songs also demonstrate the poetic acumen of Kalbelia. So they are not only good dancers, they are good poets as well. So that is how Kalbelia dance is made. Then come to next, the Chow Dance and Buddhist chanting of Ladakh. Friends, coming to Chow Dance, it is a tradition from East India, so basically Odisha and West Bengal area. Then it enacts episodes from epics including Mahabharata and Ramayana. So as usual, Mahabharata, Ramayana and folklores are the themes of Chow dance. Then it has three distinct styles, that is the Saraikela Chow, Purulia Chow and Mayurbanj Chow, and the first two have masks. So this Saraikela Chow and Purulia Chow, they use masks for dancing, but Mayurbanj Chow, it doesn't use masks. So here we can see people wearing masks, and here people are not wearing masks while dancing. So this is basically the Mayurbanj Chow. Then come to more facts. Chow dance is intimately connected to spring festival or Chaitra Parva. So this is done in the spring festival. Then its movement includes mock combat techniques, the martial arts, then guides of birds and animals, and movements of the chores of village housewives. So the movements of animals and birds and also the daily activities of the housewives are also being depicted in this dance. Basically the washing of clothes, then washing of utensils, then other things are being depicted. Then the dance is performed to melodies played on the reed pipes, mahori and shehnai. So these are the instruments that are used in the dance, that is the mahori and shehnai, and basically these are the windpipes. Then the reverberating drum beats of a variety of drums dominate the music ensemble. So even drums are also being used in Chow dance. So this is a brief account of Chow dance. Then come to next, chanting of Ladakh. Friends, in the monasteries and villages of Ladakh region, Buddhist lamas, they chant these sacred texts. Then each sect has several forms of chanting, and they are being done on different dates as per the Buddhist calendars. Then chanting is undertaken for the spiritual and moral well-being of the people and to invoke the blessing of various bodhisattvas and rinpoches. Friends, we have studied that in the Tibetan Buddhism there are several schools like Karmapa, Kagyupa, Sekyupa and Gelugpa. So all have different types of chantings and they chant in different dates. Then chanting is performed in groups, either sitting indoors or accompanied by dance in monastic courtyards or even in private houses. So anywhere this chanting can be done. Then the monks wear special costumes and use instruments such as bells and drums. So we can see in the monasteries the bells and drums are being used while chanting, and even cymbals and trumpets are also used, and they lend rhythm to the chanting. So this is an overall view of the Buddhist chanting in Ladakh. Then come to the last part. Friends, there goes a famous Vedic quote which says that Janani Janma Bhumischa Swargadapi Garesi, or in simple words, the mother and motherland are greater than heavens. So if you want to achieve heaven, self-actualization, excellence, or any other things you call it, maybe bliss, moksha, nirvana, attainment, whatever. So you have only two ways, that is serving your mother and motherland. So do it. All the very best. Good luck, friends.